Crime Watch it is. Yes, it is that time again when we interact with you, members of the public, with a view to create formidable partnerships in combating crime. Remember, together we can create that peaceful and crime-free environment good enough for economic development and national prosperity. My name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani, and it is always an extraordinary privilege to have you along. Making false reports to the police is a serious offense. We do not condone this. In a case of false reporting, a Chinamora man made a false report to the police, lying that he had been robbed of his money and his cell phone. As is always the case, police carried out thorough investigations only to find out that this robbery report was in actual fact a complete fabrication.
Recently, we received a report of robbery from complainant Talent Shambare in Chinamora, that is Domboshawa, in which he alleged that two criminals broke into his house when he was asleep around midnight. The two criminals threatened him with a knife and demanded cash from him. They searched his satchel and took about USD 2,700 from the satchel. They force-marched him from the house into the yard, where they poured him water and made him to roll on the ground before they vanished from the scene. The complainant reported the case to Zetrapi Chinamora, where investigations were instituted by our detectives. It was, however, established by our detectives that the complainant's story was not adding up. After thorough interviews, the complainant actually admitted that he had lied to the police that he had encountered a robbery case with a view to deceive his employer after he had stolen the USD 2,700. The complainant actually led our detectives to the recovery of USD $2,300, which he had hidden in a nearby banana plantation. We actually encourage business people to vet their employees before they employ them, so that they ensure that they employ honest people.
Moving on, members of the public are warned against illegal cultivation of dagga without relevant paperwork. This act leads to arrest, prosecution, and conviction. In a recent case, or in recent cases in Mashonaland East Province, police reacted to tip-offs that they were given by members of the public and arrested 3 people for illegal cultivation of dagga.
After receiving a tip-off, we swiftly reacted to it and proceeded to Success Farm, Marundere, where we arrested 2 siblings, Bonwell and Edwin, aged 34 and 38 respectively. We further recovered 71 plants of dagga and processed dagga in a 2 kg plastic paper. In a related case, we arrested a 39-year-old Wilson Nyamuka of Sanop Farm, Macheke, for cultivating 22 plants of dagga in his garden. We are appealing to the members of the public to continue supply the police with information in a bid to fight this case. We are also educating the community that if you want to cultivate dagga, you should approach the relevant offices for licensing. Anyone found breaching the law will be dealt with. For example, in this case, Bonwell Chibanda was sentenced to 36 months imprisonment with labor.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to urge vehicle owners to be on the lookout for criminals involved in stealing cars and, where possible, put necessary security measures to protect your vehicles. The officer in charge Vehicle Theft Squad Harare Detective Chief Inspector Michael Chiodza speaks on some recent arrests involving some criminals who were involved in theft of motor vehicles.
From November 2023 to date, it has been noted with great concern that cases of theft of motor vehicles which were occurring in car parks had gone up. So reports were made to the police, and whilst investigations were being carried out, information was received to the effect that there were some criminals who were breaking suspected stolen motor vehicles in Mfakos. So our teams reacted and rushed to the scene. Upon arrival, they managed to arrest 3 accused persons who were breaking motor vehicles there was a truck and a Toyota Hiace Combi. So they managed to recover 2 gearboxes, 2 engines which had been removed from the motor vehicles. Further inquiries were carried out, and it was revealed that these accused persons had committed 5 other cases of theft of motor vehicles. These motor vehicles had been stolen from car parks. Some had been stolen from parking bays at shopping centers. The accused persons have since appeared in court awaiting prosecution. As Zimbabwe Republic Police, we would like to urge members of the public that whenever they are driving their motor vehicles, they should be always cautious. Like when they are parking their motor vehicles, they should make sure that they are locked before they dash into the shops or to whatever business they want to carry out. We also urge them that they should install car tracking systems on their motor vehicles that would assist us in tracking those motor vehicles, recover them, and arrest the accused persons. We would also want to inform the members of the public that it is an offense to buy stolen property, because as long as that property is in the wrong hands, the crime of theft is still being committed. So one can be charged for contravening section 124 or 125 of the Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act.
Words of advice there from Detective Chief Inspector Michael Chiodza. Take heed of these messages and protect your property. From that story, we are taking a short break. Join us in the second segment. Welcome back. We are now in the second segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch, and thank you for staying tuned. We start off with a sad incident that happened in Harare, where 4 children were found dead in a disused motor vehicle that was parked in Hopley suburb in Harare. The 4 deceased children are Allen Busiri, age 3, Anotidaishe Mutize, age 4, Ashley Mato, age 3, and Kudzaishe Tsuro, age 3. The 4 juveniles opened a rear passenger door of a black Toyota Chaser motor vehicle, registration number ADE 2684. They went inside and closed the door. The victims are then suffocated whilst in the vehicle. Their bodies were found lying lifeless in the motor vehicle at around 1900 hours. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is continuing with investigations, and more details will be availed in due course. In a different story, the Criminal Investigation Department Minerals, Flora and Fauna Unit accounted for 3 suspects after they found them in possession of raw ivory without a license. More on this story.
3 accused persons were arrested after found with him 12 pieces of unmarked raw ivory. The accused persons are Delani, Tumisani, and Dunen. They were from Lupani villages in Martinoth. They came all the way from Lupani coming to Bulawayo with these elephant tusks in search of market.
We received information around 0100 hours to the effect that there were some people who were transporting ivory to Bulawayo. We drove to Vicforce toll gate and waited for the accused persons. The accused persons arrived in a truck. They disembarked from the truck with 2 50 kg sacks loaded with 12 pieces of ivory. The approximate weight was 64 kgs, and the approximate value of the ivory was $4,448 US.
As detectives, we managed to take the accused person to trade court for court appearance, and they were remanded in custody.
Moving on, most accidents that happen on the roads are actually avoidable. A number of these accidents are a result of negligence and reckless driving on the part of motorists. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe speaks on the dangers of reckless driving in order to prevent road accidents.
On this week's road safety segment, we are focusing on reckless driving. A number of road crashes have been attributed to recklessness on the roads. And this recklessness manifests itself through a number of factors, which include distracted driving. Distracted driving is when someone drives without focusing on the roads, but focusing on something else, such as the use of cell phones, such as applying makeup, or chatting with friends. Reckless driving is also seen through drinking and driving. Consuming alcohol before going behind the wheel reduces your reaction time and clouds your judgment. And that way you increase your risk of getting into a road crash. Drinking and driving puts all road users at risk. Another form of reckless driving is street racing. Street racing on both private and public property is considered reckless driving. Most people engage in this activity in areas that are usually abandoned. However, you can never be completely sure when other drivers will be present in these seemingly deserted areas. When street racing, it's relatively easy to lose control of your vehicle. Crashing into objects or other vehicle as a result of speed racing can leave some serious damage and inflict injury. Aggressive driving is also another form of reckless driving. Aggressive driving is seen through tailgating another vehicle. Tailgating is an act of trailing behind another car in an unnecessarily closer manner. You can also see aggressive driving when a motorist does not yield to other drivers, evading traffic control or stopping on the road with the intent of harassing or harming other drivers. In Zimbabwe, speeding has been a factor that has taken most lives on our roads. When driving above the speed limit, you quickly become a danger on the road. Our brains think faster than our bodies can move. Now, when our brains detect a potential threat on roadways, it takes a while for our brains to transmit this message to our bodies. Now, once our bodies receive the message, that's when we can respond accordingly. However, we react slowly to emergencies, thereby colliding with other vehicles. In order for us to minimize road carnage on our roads, there is need for motorists to avoid recklessness on the roads. In recent times, we have noted with concern a number of motorists that create third lanes and that drive against oncoming traffic. It is important to note that these are forms of reckless driving.
Road safety is everyone's responsibility. Be a responsible driver, driver to arrive alive. From that story, we are taking a short breather. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome back. We are now in the third and final segment of Crime and Road Safety Watch, and thank you for staying tuned. The Zimbabwe Republic Police continues to enjoy cordial relations with members of the public through the community policing initiatives. In a latest development, the Neighborhood Watch Committee in Bulawayo recently donated a patrol vehicle to Hillside Police Station. The vehicle was received by the officer commanding Bulawayo Province, Commissioner Wycliffe Makamachi.
We have been persuaded to converge here today to witness and celebrate Whitestone and Mkabuko Heights Neighborhood Watch Committee's achievement in the form of a dedicated patrol vehicle. It takes a high level of mutual understanding, commitment, and collective responsibility to mobilize resources of this nature and magnitude. Therefore, I petition you to remain united as a community and continue cooperating with the police for realization of greater heights. As your officer commanding for Ruary Metropolitan Province, I will be in the clouds if all police districts here present and their communities were to emulate this enviable initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, this event has come at a time when the nation is grappling with the drug and substance abuse. As you go about your daily routine, individual citizens are encouraged to take note and be geared to anonymously pass information that may assist the police to arrest and prosecute criminals. Lastly, but with due importance, I would like to acknowledge and appreciate the local residents for investing their time, energy, and material resources towards patrolling streets along the police. Your commitment in this regard receives immeasurable recognition.
Still in Bulawayo, ZRP Bulawayo Central accounted for some cattle rustlers. Crime and Road Safety Watch was in Bulawayo and spoke to the arresting officer.
We received the information to the effect that there is a UG truck, white in color, loaded with the 19 cattle heading towards the Bulawayo CBD from Fort Rixen. Upon receipt of the information, we managed to track the accused persons and we effected the arrest at the 25-kilometer peg along the Bulawayo-Sigola Road. We ordered the driver of the truck, who is the accused number 2, to stop, and he complied. We introduced ourselves as the police officers from Bulawayo Central Station. We asked for the documents for the transportation of the cattle, and both the accused 1 and the accused number 2 failed to produce those documents. We advised them that they are under arrest for stock theft. We escorted them to Bulawayo Central Station for further management.
We also spoke to the police spokesperson at Bulawayo Province, Inspector Apet Nikongube, about this.
As Zimbabwe Republic Police, we want to applaud and appreciate our stakeholders and general members of the public for the role they are playing in the fight against stock theft. This follows the arrest of Edmore Bibi, aged 46, and his counterpart Farai Pambukani, who were found in transporting a head of 19 cattle from Insisa area. The circumstances being that they were identified or located somewhere along the road and they were stopped by a member of the public. They resisted the discussions and decided to drive towards Bulawayo. This member of the public phoned our police officers in Bulawayo Central, who managed to intercept the truck, leading to their arrest. This also follows our rigorous and extensive engagements with our farming areas, where we've agreed to close cattle rustlers out of our greater Bulawayo. And as such, we are also looking for Kabangani Ngube, aged 39 years, who was also intercepted along Plumtree Road, getting into our greater Bulawayo, driving a Toyota Raum. Upon seeing the police patrol, he reversed, bumped into another car, drove off before getting involved in an accident. When the police officers attended, they realized that he was carrying a full carcass of an unknown beast that was stolen from areas around Fig Tree. So the accused person could not be located, but through the motor vehicle registration number, we managed to get the owner, who confirmed that it was indeed Kabangani Ngube, who had borrowed his motor vehicle, promising to return it, but he had taken 3 days without bringing back the vehicle. This is a very positive development for our police officers in Bulawayo. We are still going on with our meetings with communal farmers and our farmers around Bulawayo, where they are promising to work hand in glove with the police to stop this cattle rustling menace that is threatening our head in Bulawayo and Zimbabwe at large. We would want really to appreciate our members of the public and urge anyone to see that you are playing a role, playing a part in the protection of this herd.
From that story, we now move on to people who are on the police wanted list. This week's wanted persons are from Mashonaland East Province, where Chivu Police is looking for Tafara Chidamire, age 34, of Mapurisa village, Chief Chivese Chivu, in connection with stock theft. Chivu Police is also looking for Zechariah Makurumure, age 30, of Musekiwa village, Chief Ruzame Weza, for escaping from lawful custody. Lastly, Chivu Police is looking for Patrick Mudzoto of plot 219 Eastdale Range, Gutu, in connection with a rape case. If you happen to have information that may help us in locating any of these wanted people, please feel free to visit or contact any nearest police establishment. Should that fail, you can contact us on any of the following details. Our National Complaints Desk number is 0242 703 631. You can visit our website www.zetrap.gov.zw. Link with us on our email feedback@zetrap.gov.zw. Talk to us on our X handle @Police Zimbabwe. You can also like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. You can also watch all Crime Watch episodes on the ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. This brings us to the end of this week's episode of Crime and Road Safety Watch. From the Crime and Road Safety Watch crew behind the scenes and the Zimbabwe Republic Police in its entirety, we say tell a neighbor to shun crime and partner the police in curbing crime. My name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani. Until next time, do enjoy the rest of your viewing.